So this hen is running around acting real frantic and looking for nesting sites. Now that we're getting this kind of spring weather, there's certain tricks you can use to get them to lay where you want them to lay. I mean, you kind of have to just think like they think. They like a space that feels secluded and safe. So where I want them to lay is in this chicken tractor, which has laying boxes in it. And that way, if they go broody in there, I can lock them up at night and they're safe. If they go broody under a bush somewhere, I mean, first of all, I may not be able to find them at all. And even if I do, you know, they're not safe at night. So I'm going to go fix this place up and try to get them to move in. So this is the chicken tractor, which isn't really in use anymore. In fact, it's been locked up for a while. It's been used a lot for like brooding chicks and as a place for hens to sleep when they have chicks and stuff like that. And also as a laying place. So over here is the egg hatch. So I'm going to try to fix these up and get this all cozy and inviting for the hens so that they can, you know, move in here and lay their eggs. I drew on these eggs so I could identify them because they're old eggs, and the hens like to lay where other hens are laying, and as soon as one of them sees this and they'll be, oh, there's other hens laying here, they'll lay here, and then they'll announce it to all the other hens, and other ones will come in here and start laying too. So that should do it. I'm going to go ahead and open it up now, and I threw some greens in there that they like, the tree collard greens. I really like those a lot. I think they're really nutritious. So I was going to throw some grain in there, but they're really not that hungry right now, and they're just going to want to go in there and kick around in those leaves, and that'll be enough to get them in there and exploring. I guess I'd be kind of surprised if we don't have some eggs in there in the next day or two. So here we are only a few hours later, and there's already a new egg. Chicken psychology. You got to think like a chicken. They like slightly dark, slightly out of the way places. Elevation seems to be better, like if I were to put a box on the ground versus a box slightly raised up somewhere, they'd probably go for the one that's raised up. Get them around by throwing in some food. I threw in some greens and some leaves, and they kick those around a little bit. Not very much actually, but usually they will. If they weren't so well fed right now, I probably would have thrown some grain in there in the leaves, and then they'd have to scratch, and they'd tell the other chickens, and they'd all get over here, and they'd be, you know, rummaging around in there. But I think they'll all find it pretty soon. And again, the hens that lay there will tell the other hens to come and lay there too. Out? I told you to out. Get out. So here we are a couple days later, and we have eggs. So we have 4 new eggs, and in 3 days, I guess, from 3 different hens. You can see there's a green egg, this light colored small egg, and then these 2 big brown eggs. There's a second nest here, and they will always tend to lay in the same nest. They like to lay in the same spot. But this one's here if one has to lay really bad and the other one's occupied. So yeah, I have some footage I'll cut in of the Araucana that laid this green egg yesterday, running around looking for a place to lay an egg. You can kind of tell they get sort of frantic, and they run around, they're poking into dark places and junk piles and stuff like that. I knew I had to get her, and really all of them, laying where I want them to lay and not just laying some random place hiding their eggs where I'm not going to be able to find them. So yeah, well, it worked. Good deal.